Are you sure you want to turn the table off?
No, I'm not at all. Here we go. As long as it's not a live stream, I think we're good. Are we?
It'll be a 10-second delay.
Okay. Well, welcome, everyone. This is the workshop on what makes good sex good, mapping a contemporary Christian ethic of relational integrity and justice. And I'm Marvin Ellison. So that does the formalities. Welcome. This is not exactly sort of the format that maybe is the most comfortable, but it's better than sort of being in rows and whatnot. This is not a lecture, this is a conversation, and I want us to see in a luxurious hour and a half if we can find some ways together to think about a contemporary Christian ethic of sexuality that offers a perspective and provides some guidance that is genuinely sex positive, that is strongly feminist, that's LGBTQ friendly, and focuses on the things that really matter as we're trying to sort our way both personally and communally. So one of the things that I've been trying to sort out too is if you find that the conventional Christian ethical frame is not helpful, what do we have to offer by way of a constructive alternative? Because much of the anxiety among many people in faith communities is that if you leave the familiar legalism, are you left in free fall? Have you, in fact, put yourself in the vulnerable position of moving toward a kind of permissiveness? No, I didn't say that right, but you know what I'm trying to say. Where anything goes, and it's catch is and catch is as catch can. So I think being able to reimagine and reconstruct an ethical frame is ongoing work that's of importance both personally and communally. So I really appreciated Ammon giving me that commercial plug this morning. The book that Fortress Press has now published called Making Love Just, Sexual Ethics for Perplexing Times. And one of the chapters is entitled, What Makes Good Sex Good? So if all is not revealed, you can read the book, and all will not be revealed there either. But I'm waiting for the movie rights to be sold. And but what I'd like us to do is a way to start the conversation. I'm an ethicist, and I often think about ethics as similar to art. It's where you draw your lines and why. Because we do make distinctions between what's good and not good, what's right, what's wrong, what's acceptable, what's unacceptable, and so forth. So about these matters, we make value judgments. What I'd like us to do initially is just take some time to share as a group what, for us, are markers of good sex. What are some of the descriptors that come to mind around good sex? And I'll just write those down. Yeah. Mutuality. What else? Consensual. Yeah. Hot. Loving. Fun. Say what? Climax. climax, cuddling, feels good, vulnerability, communion, compromise. Okay, compromise, letting go. I wish I had talked to you before I wrote my chapter. Go ahead. So, what else? Experimentation. Noise. Whoa, noisy. Playful. Say again. Freedom. Ecstatic. Ecstatic. Pleasure. Say again, please. Honest.
Unself-conscious.
Unself-conscious. Excuse me? Transient. Transient. Long lasting.
Communication.
Imaginative. And what was the other word?
Communication. I like the language of touch.
Communication. Hold on just a second. Communication. Touch. And what was the? Fantasy.
I don't know how to say this in a word, but it's that thing that sometimes sex is good because you know the person and you're learning. You've learned a lot about both what they enjoy and what you enjoy, and so yeah, that's close.
Ted Jennings calls that liturgical.
Yes.
Do you want to use that word?
No, but that's the right idea, but because it has to do with liturgical means service to the people.
So what word should we use?
I don't have a word. You can just make a little symbol, like whatever Prince used to use. No.
Okay.
And I was actually going to offer something kind of the opposite side, that the element of surprise.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the experimentation. There you go.
Listening. Okay.
Hope giving.
Passion. Hope giving. Passion. Messy.
Stimulating.
Stimulating. Unbounded.
Building on that mystical.
Mystical. Is that you? Trust. Is that you, Bob?
Aromatic.
Aromatic.
I love it.
Aromatic. Delicious. Tasteful. Wait just a second. Wait. Tasteful, delicious, and wet. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is
Fun? Can we say fun? Yeah.
Creative.
creative. Say what? Fame and healing. Yeah. Wouldn't it be interesting to say, here are the descriptors, what are we talking about?
A spiritual experience.
Yeah, a spiritual experience. Yeah, Bob?
Let's use Mary Hunt's word, just good sex, but I want to use her nuance of just.
Just good sex.
And I'd use the Hebrew concept of you're twice blessed when you make love on the Sabbath.
Twice.
Don't preach that at church because folks don't seem to like that.
Or you'll.
Or they start giggling and they can't stop.
Although that's, can we have the Christian Sabbath, the Jewish Sabbath, and the Muslim Sabbath?
So anything missing? This is. Say what? Faulkner?
Partner.
I thought you meant William Faulkner, but I thought, and I wasn't sure. A good partner. Yeah. Okay. Operatic. Intimate.
I'm surprised it's not.
Well, I said it, but
Did I miss it?
I said it in reference to this word, but that was.
Safe.
But I said it.
Operatic. Well, this bodies. Well, thank you. This is a great list, and maybe there's some things we'll add to it. But one of the things we know in the Christian tradition, the faith community, when it has tried to sort through important matters, it has often looked at multiple sources for insight and moral wisdom. And it has honored some of those sources more than others. If you're Protestant, typically you're going to give a significant place to Scripture. If you come out of the Catholic tradition, you would also want to pay attention, often more than Protestants, to tradition. Another way this is spoken about is the source through reason, the knowledge gained through, among other things, the social and natural sciences. But the other source is experience. And so what we've really done is drawn on our experiential wisdom to articulate some things that we know or know of and have value when it comes to issues of sex and sexuality, which I think is a very important acknowledgement that being able to honor and draw from our experience, our experiential wisdom, would be an important resource in our faith communities as we explore these matters, so that we're not hearing the voices from the past only or from outside our reality, but we're honoring our own voices and perspectives. The question is not who's right, who's wrong here, but it's what Anthony Weston encourages us to say is around these matters, we need to avoid what he calls premature clarity. Or what I might say, rushing to judgment. Oh, I know what good sex is, it's this. And let me now speak for everyone, and let's impose that definition. Instead, I think we need to, and part of the leadership challenge in our communities is how do we create the safe and hospitable space to open up the conversation rather than to make pronouncements. What's not going to work is preaching about this, but it's rather engaging in conversation and dialogue. And Weston's point is, instead of asking who's right, who's wrong, provisionally ask, what can we learn from each perspective? What might that offer to us? So